There are no private companies in space or in the space industry. Blue Origin, SpaceX, just the same pantomime company disguised as little rivals in this new sort of supposed space race. Just the same entity, just one big silly pantomime company. And it's obvious they're actually showing us. I feel they have to. The same with space. It's not mistakes, it's on purpose. I feel they have to show us that it's horse shit of the highest order on some sort of karmic level. And this space tourism charade is exactly the same. Like I said, most of the people know that who come here, but let's have a quick peep. This is an article from 2017 regarding SpaceX nearly going bust in 2008. 9 years ago, SpaceX nearly failed itself out of existence. It's a pretty emotional day, says Elon. Come down here. 9 years ago, SpaceX almost went bankrupt, okay? So in 2008, SpaceX nearly went under. So what saved the private company known as SpaceX in 2008 from going under? That's right, NASA, awarding them a big contract, commercial resupply services. 2008 awarded them a 1.6 billion contract. And of course, they've gone on to do more contracts since. But that's what saved the company. But of course, essentially, NASA own SpaceX. They're actually showing you. Without NASA, SpaceX were done. And it's just a front anyway. But I feel this is their way of showing you. Like I said, in 2008, if NASA didn't award this contract, SpaceX were done for. This is their way of showing you. It's all the same. They own it. NASA owns SpaceX. There's nothing private in this space tourism charade, and we're going to dig a bit deeper in a minute. Bear with me. So if that wasn't bad enough, NASA essentially, well, making it obvious that they own the company anyway. If they didn't beforehand, then they certainly do now. Without NASA, the company weren't anything, so you might as well say that was a sneaky way of buying the company. So if that wasn't bad enough, when we look at SpaceX's financials, we come down and look at the lead investors. Who's the main lead investor here? The United States Space Force, the US government. So you've got NASA pretty much own the company anyway, but one of the lead investors is the United States government, United States Space Force. That is not a private company. And like I've said, they have to show you. They have to make it obvious. Like I say, it must be on some karmic level.
I mean, I really came here because I just wanted to see Bum Duck, to be totally frank. It was like, thank goodness. Like my entire adrenaline, it was just dumped, you know. It's like, thank God. You know.
What about Jeff Bezos, the Amazon Superman? What about him? His company's private, surely. Well, let's have a look at the financials. We come down, lead investors, there's two. Let's have a look. The two lead investors of Blue Origin, the United States Air Force, United States Space Force, and NASA. They are telling you it's all a big silly pantomime. You only got to look at Captain Kirk's silly charade the other day. A collection of tricks to get you to believe in absurdities. So of course it's all the same big company disguised as little private companies to get you to believe in this silly pantomime. We've seen that SpaceX are owned by NASA and their main funders are the US government. And we got Blue Origin, supposedly a private company. Their two lead investors, the United States Space Force, the United States government essentially, and NASA. I mean, they couldn't make it more obvious if they tried. Like I say, they have to show you because of some karmic kind of level. Bear with me. And that's why I laugh when I see all this propaganda regarding the rivalry. Elon Musk, Blue Origin, head to head. Elon Musk on Blue Origin suing NASA. You can't sue your way out of the moon. Why are Blue Origin suing NASA when NASA are one of their main funders? It's all a silly joke. Clearly, NASA are funding Blue Origin. We've just seen that. And yet Blue Origin are supposedly suing NASA. Can you see how ridiculous it all is? They're all the same pantomime company. It's just nonsense. Look at the stories painted in the media to get you to believe in this absurdity that is the globe and of course space. Wake up, folks. The Earth's not a ball. It's demonstrably level.
God.
Weightlessness. Oh, Jesus.
Karma line.
No description can equal this. Weightlessness.
This is nuts!
Oh, my God.
This is
Oh, wow. Oh, I'm telling you.
Holy hell.
Oh, my goodness me. Oh, wow. I can't believe this. Oh, my God.
This is
Oh, wow. Oh, I'm telling you.
Holy hell.
Oh, my goodness me.
Oh my God, dude.
Oh, wow. I can't believe this.
All of them so-called come back. You see this big pile of dust when it drop. Why it always dusty every time they come back from space? It is bullshit, people. Wake your ass up and watch this. You see all that dust? Watch this now.
Getting back down to
Watch
earth.
this.
The whole
And then look how clean this white shit is, people. With the L on it for number 3. Take a look at how clean it is, people. And it's so-called just drop. And you see dust everywhere. Where it's at? You better wake your ass up. It is crap. And then the Jeff Bezos come from where? To come open it. The people just dumb. If they falling from space with a parachute, there's no way you're gonna know where they're gonna fall. Are you kidding me? From all the way from space? So when you go up, you're up there floating, and then what? You get back down and strap in your seat so you can drop? It is crap, people. Wake your ass up. Imagine they sit like this and it drop. Their back would have broke. Are you dumb or what? What kind of fucking cushion they would have sit on? That shit take that big drop that you see all that dust, and they're still sitting right there with their back and seat.
Shatner and the crew
Look at
emerged.
this dumb shit, people. They cut it and all of a sudden emerge. Why don't you show the whole thing? Wow, the footage cut. This fucker right here standing is just a show. 100%. Well, guess who they entertain? The people with low IQ. Wow.
Alright, so here's another thing I noticed after watching several times. On the landing, we see this first shot where there's 3 parachutes, and then they skip to another shot where there's only 2 parachutes. So apparently one of the parachutes left the screen and is nowhere to be seen. So then it slams into the ground and you see this big dust plume. Now, they're saying that when this thing slams into the ground, that it had air thrusters, and it thrusted some air just as it was hitting the ground to soften the blow. So it was like they landed on a nice pillowy cushion of air. That's the official scientific quote-unquote explanation, is that they shot some air out of the thrusters just before they slammed into the ground.
And capsule touchdown. Welcome back.
So let's go ahead and suppose that that bullshit is true. We still see a giant massive dust cloud. And then when you cut to the scene where Bezos and William Shatner are talking to each other, we see the penis head capsule has no dust on it. That thing should still be covered in dust. Now people will say, oh, the dust settled. Yeah, if dust settles upon the penis head capsule, it should have a nice layer of dust all over it. All those little crevices, and on top of it, we should see a nice layer of dust. Those windows should be dusted up. They shouldn't be completely clean. The only way that capsule capsule should be that clean is if a cleaning crew showed up, washed it, and dried it. That's the only way it should be that clean. Also, does anyone see a crater where they're standing? Does anyone see a big blast crater from where those thrusters shot up all that dust? It's as if they had a dirt crew come fill in the crater. And it looks like all of the sagebrush bushes in the background are fully intact, so that big blast of all that air thrusting didn't damage any of those old, dry, crinkly bushes at all. Yeah, no blast crater, no dust on the penis head capsule, all the bushes are still intact in the area. Sure, makes perfect sense.
I want one. I want to hear this. Here. You want a little of this? Hey. Oh my God.
The champagne showers have begun. Smiles all around. William Shatner taking in the moment clearly.
What you have built.
I mean, can you... dumping champagne on each other, spraying it. Now, did they know they were going to land at these coordinates? Is that how the media was there waiting for it? Or did they just like drive like in the movie Twister out to the location, right? In trucks, they just drove out in the middle, right? Middle of nowhere, of course. It always has to be in the middle of nowhere because then nobody could actually see that it's not real, right? I'm sure there was guards around the entire area, and they said, well, we can't have anyone here because that's where it's going to land, but really because it was just sitting there the entire time. But, you know, well, if you don't know what they're trying to tell you, they're trying to get you prepared for their ridiculous alien invasion, which is really demons coming over with CERN when they rip the veil open. However, let's even look at William Shatner talk about rehearsal.
To say a word about Blue Origin, throw it out there for someone else to pick it up. But it certainly does look, when they say insertion, do they really mean insertion?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the whole thing. I've been there. I was there last week rehearsing, whatever they call it.
Training, I think is what they call it. But, you know, rehearsing
training. I think of it as rehearsal. I want to go warp speed. They take me to warp speed, and they say, what? And the weightlessness absolutely is entrancing.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine being weightless, and you're thin enough, but I'm not. Imagine being weightless and staring into that blackness and seeing the earth, and that's what I want to absorb. That's what I want to see.
It goes by
firsthand.
fast, though, you know. I mean, because they, on their flight, though, on Bezos' flight, you know, they were throwing Skittles at each other and catching and stuff, and it looked like a lot of fun. I think I would want to be staring out the window the whole time while I'm floating.
I want to press my nose up against the plastic window. What I don't want to see is somebody else out there looking back at me. No, we don't want that one.
Nothing there. I mean, the two of them couldn't stop laughing. I mean, Anderson Cooper was talking about, he was really into the shape of the ship, which I covered once on my channel. He really liked that. No surprise. But, yeah, real funny to everybody, right? About this real serious thing. And, oh, yes, you can suppress his nose on the window. What a good joke. Is this 1910 comedy here? I mean, boy. I mean, it's an utter joke. Now, you might say, well, what is the point, Carl? I don't understand. If you're new and you're just waking up, the whole illusion of space, NASA, one of the biggest scams that's ever been created in the history of mankind. Why isn't NASA doing this, by the way? Is anyone asking that? Why NASA's not doing it? Because you know what's tax money and just money is going into NASA? Oh, right, because they're laundering something. I mean, they're doing their laundry. Shouldn't NASA be the ones going up there? I mean, only decades of tax money has gone into that place. Oh, right, it's Amazon, Virgin Atlantic Records, and who was the other one? Oh, and SpaceX going up. Well, NASA sits back and does nothing because, you know, NASA obviously serves another purpose. I mean, it was one of the greatest fronts in the history of mankind, as far as, at least in our lifetimes. I mean, maybe there were other greater fronts a long time ago before, you know, that we never heard about because they covered them up. But this is one of the funniest ones. I mean, they can't even keep straight faces. They're laughing so much at this. And you might say, okay, what is the point? Well, the point is that space, the illusion of people living on other planets and all this stuff, is to mix in with what they're doing with CERN, which is ripping through and creating a black hole. You might say, I don't understand what it is. And it's totally understandable. I get it. So let me just tell you. Okay? They're trying to rip through, literally rip through, I don't know if the word is atmosphere, and bring over things from the other side, which I've shown you in videos. They've admitted that. There's a whole nother dimension out there on the other side. Then they correlate that with this crap, where there's people on Mars, there's people up Uranus, literally, trying to convince you that these alien beings are going to come down. When demons exist, okay? Demons exist. And Aleister Crowley has taught them all about this, and I've covered it many times. Ram, Lam, Palm, whatever you want to call the thing, freak show, creep, what they depict the gray as. They are planning on bringing these things over through using CERN and other means. They're going to blame this on a huge deception that aliens come, and they need to also destroy the climate and the atmosphere to bring these things over so they can survive over here, so humans can serve as these things known as hosts. Sure, it might sound crazy to you. I don't blame you, but once you realize that your entire existence is a facade, it hurts to realize that, but it is. It's a facade. 9 to 5, get your job, go to happy hour, go to the gym, get on the dating scene, get on Tinder. All a waste and a distraction of time and life. Well, they've set this entire thing up to do this.
This is
Oh, wow. Oh, I'm telling you.
holy hell.
Oh, my goodness me. Oh, wow. I can't believe this.
Apparently, it is by design that we fight. We seem to be pawns.
How do you balance science with science fiction?
They're both the same.
A ty, brat, przez pomyłkę nie byłeś tu. Chciałeś usłyszeć tą muzykę snów, gdzie zmarzył znów i bądź zdrów. Wciąż bądź zdrów. Nie trzeba temu wiele słów, nie trzeba temu złotych stów. Nie trzeba czekać na żaden cud, bo jest on już, a dobre wibracje do ciebie wciąż puszczam. Jak złota różdżka, wypełnia się pustka, a piękno całuje po ustach. Nawijam gram, bity to ciemność zabijam, wysokie wibracje braciom wysyłam. To jest ten trop, kolejny krok zwiastuje jasno, że opuszczasz mrok. Nawijam gram, bity to ciemność zabijam, wysokie wibracje braciom wysyłam. To jest ten trop, kolejny krok zwiastuje jasno, że opuszczasz mrok.